Busy, busy, busy. We live in a world that demands us to communicate in many different ways, usually with a computer at the very heart of it. For millions, the home office has become a reality that allows us to benefit from flexible working. Online shopping is simple, and I can't even remember the last time I stepped into a real bank. It's easy, right? Well, of course, in theory, it is. But if you couldn't see the screen, or use a mouse, or use a standard keyboard, how much of a challenge would it be to stay connected? AbilityNet is a charity based in the UK that helps people with different disabilities to get online. Clients range from people with severe paralysis to those with dyslexia, repetitive strain injury, or just the effects of getting older. After initial assessment, experts advise on the use of specialist hardware and software.
Only actually 13% of people are born with their disability. The other 80% in this country, and I presume it's similar worldwide, acquire their disability. So for some people, when they acquire a disability, it's imperative that they learn how to use technology to help to fill in the gaps in their lives that their disability has created.
David Morris is the Senior Policy Advisor at the Greater London Authority, advising the London's Mayor on accessibility issues. He has spinal muscular atrophy and uses a number of technologies to get on with his busy schedule. But his favourite one is voice recognition, accompanied with a Bluetooth headset. He's been using speech recognition software for almost 10 years and currently uses Dragon Naturally Speaking.
Voice-activated software enables me to actually compete on an equal basis, and in fact probably gives me an advantage, because those people who are smart know that voice-activated software has reached a point now where it's very functional.
Speech recognition software generally needs a bit of training before it can be used, which puts most people off. But the recently released Dragon Naturally Speaking version 9 claims that it's overcome that hurdle and now can be used straight out of the box. The BlackBerry is another bit of kit that David has in his bag. Although he likes the great functions, he believes the design could be improved for many people, disabled and left-handed.
For the first time in a long time, I can access a keyboard, but it's also really inaccessible to me as a one-handed, left-handed person with the stupid jog wheel, which is really difficult to use, so I have to turn it upside down, and it's so a strange way of accessing emails, but still very important.
For pretty much everyone, using a computer is simply liberating. For some people, including Darren Carr, who's paralysed from the neck downwards, well, it's simply life-changing. And this is one of Darren's proudest moments. It's when he got his degree from the London School of Economics.
I've got a friend who lives in Australia. We chat over the internet. I also use things like Skype and things like that. It makes communication for someone like myself a lot easier. I can keep in touch with my friends, obviously via IM, but also just emails are so much easier than having the phone held up to your ear.
Darren uses a headset and the Wivik virtual keyboard. A signal transmitted from the control unit is picked up by sensors on the headset. By comparing the signal strength from each sensor, the system determines the position of the head and moves the cursor. To click, he uses a suck and blow tube. This particular headset can't do a right click like the newer, more expensive versions, so Darren has modified it to use a switch, and now he easily spends 6 or 7 hours a day online. There are newer, more sophisticated technologies out there. MyToby is one of the few systems using eye tracking technology. Using high-resolution cameras in the monitor, it tracks your eyes and follows your gaze. All you need to do is look at wherever you want the cursor to go. MyToby is most effective when used with its sister application, the Grid, which works to simplify the Windows environment. It can also enable people to interact with their environment by switching on lights, the TV and answering the phone.
Voice recognition is certainly getting to the level now where people would choose to use it. They wouldn't just use it because they had to. It is so effective that people would want to use it because it's much easier to do your work that way. It wouldn't surprise me if the eye gaze technology doesn't go that way eventually as well. So we have the eye gaze built into our computer, and we just look at where we want to click on the screen, and that happens for us automatically.
So what of the future? Will we see more technologies designed specifically for people with disabilities? Or perhaps more likely, as many experts agree, but we all come to see the ease of use and functionality as something that's desirable.
And that was Katie Ledger on some of the ways that technology is becoming more accessible. Your comments on that and all the devices we're showing you this week are, of course, very welcome. Is there anything you think deserves a rethink? Click at bbc.co.uk is the address.